Hello, good evening, and welcome to a brand new episode with your boys, Ricky and Larry, coming through your speakers, stimulating your ear holes. We're here, brand new, again. We are here to talk about life, about football, about our teams. I've got Larry here as well. Larry, how you feeling, bro?
The question I want to ask is, what is life when your football team loses? That's the ultimate question. I think that should be the name of the episode as well.
Isn't it funny how when your football team loses, it kind of just ruins your mood? When you're so emotionally invested in your team, it just ruins your mood, man.
I think what ruined it for me more than anything, it's not even the fact that the inevitable happened. Like, because, for listeners of the pod, that I thought City were going to win anyway. But what disappoints me more than anything else is just the lack of performance from Arsenal. Like, it was.
Yeah, I saw that.
Moment, and to the point where I even turned around because I was watching with my dad, and I said to him, I was like, "It's as if we're watching men versus children, not even boys." In general, mixed gender children playing football against Man City. That's what we looked like, and it was totally disappointing. Not an attack. I think at one point City had 75% possession of the ball.
Wow.
I don't think we made it.
I missed the first 30 minutes. I missed the first 30 minutes.
That's when it was over.
I was on daddy taxis and hubby taxis collecting my missus from the train station.
Yeah, I do.
And I gave her an earful. I was like, do you not understand what day it is today?
Today was the deciding
day.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. Love you, honey.
Yeah, she's still there at the train station. She's still there at the train station. He hasn't actually picked her up.
Now, bro, like for these first 30 minutes, I have no idea what was happening. But when I joined in for the first 30 minutes onwards, all I saw was City. I don't think you had a shot on target first half, did you?
No, I think.
And I think your only shots on target came Xhaka with a shot that keeper saved, and then the goal. And the goal, only two shots on target.
Full discretion, by the way, I stopped watching after the third goal went in because I just couldn't.
If you had the ground, you would have walked away, right?
Yeah, I couldn't bear the fact that City may ship more goals past us, and that I couldn't care. I don't care about that. Like, I don't care enough to watch it. Like, I'm not into that. I'm not what they call a sadist, where I enjoy people in pain. Yeah. No, that would have been too much for me. And obviously, I'm glad that I didn't, because it went 4-1. And
Haaland scored with his hair down. My guy let his hair down to literally take the piss out of your team there. Yeah. Oh, your defenders, because they were trying to be physical with him, but he loves that. That's what Haaland's about. He loves the physicality
physical
of the
against
game.
Haaland, then you don't know how to play football against Haaland. That's the way.
If anything. But no, I think, to be fair, your mistake defensively were a lot there. There was a lot. Rob Holding getting touched tight on Haaland, that led to his goal. What's his name? Because I saw the replay. Like, that touch by Haaland was unbelievable. When he just under the pressure of Holding, and he touched it with his left of his boot.
What pressure? What pressure from Holding?
Well, we say pressure, but he came up him. He was there.
Yeah, he was there. Yeah, that's true.
But that was touch tight. That was too tight. I felt like that was so tight in the middle of the park. There was no need for that. Possibly just be there, but don't get so close to the point that he can roll you. And he got rolled, and then from the moment he got rolled, De Bruyne made a wonderful run, and then that was it. 1-0, 7th minute in. That kind of set the tone.
The main issue, I mean, not even Haaland, the main issue is you leave De Bruyne that much space. What the hell do you think he's going to do? And that's something that we've discussed here before when we watched Man City play other teams. You cannot leave De Bruyne that much space. Like, you just can't. If you close down De Bruyne, Haaland can make all the runs that he wants. That's it, because that's all it was. That's all it was. Grealish didn't exactly, he didn't scare me to the point.
Did he? No.
Yeah, he didn't put up much. Bernardo Silva on the other side, he didn't put up much either. And it was genuinely the middle of the park. It was John Stones, Kevin De Bruyne, and Haaland. Those were the main three players, the spine of the team, that we just could not handle. Gabriel is easily to blame for two of the goals, because he got twisted and turned by De Bruyne.
Still spinning.
He's still spinning, and I don't know where he's. I think his head's still in Brazil or something. But De Bruyne, with that much space at the edge of your box, it's over. It is game over.
He finished that really well. I think even Rambo probably thought he was going to go far post, but he just finessed it to the bottom corner near post.
Disappointing. Another disappointing goalkeeping antics from Ramsdale. He should have saved that first goal. He should have saved that.
Nah, that's it wasn't. There.
Nah, man, nah. Watch that again.
Watch it on replay, but yeah,
I promise you, it's Ramsdale at fault. I mean, Ramsdale at fault, as in he should have saved that because it was quite close. It wasn't even a powerful shot. The problem obviously stemmed from Gabriel just leaving too much space. Excuse me. Holding wasn't anywhere. He had no idea where De Bruyne was. He just had no clue where he was.
Holding was focused too much on Haaland. Yeah,
on Haaland, and that's what I'm saying. Like, and that's the good thing with Guardiola. It's like he didn't even have to step out of third gear to beat Arsenal today.
No, Guardiola adapted really well there, because I heard a lot of City fans and Arsenal fans talking about the first game. Oh, well, we went to City and we dominated possession. You know, we made City play long ball. And I was thinking, that's not a negative. City were playing long ball to go past your press, because they know they've got a 6'4", 6'7" gigantor at the top,
and
who's got the pace of he's got the pace of Saka and the height of Crouchy, effectively, maybe just shorter. But you get the idea what I'm trying to get at. And you know, that's just Guardiola being able to adapt and seeing the threat that is in front of him. Okay, Arsenal high pressure. Let's not get tired and risk trying to pass through them. Kick it up top. Haaland will get it. Guys, I just need runners off Haaland. And that is effectively what happened for that first goal for them. Yeah. You guys were pressuring. John Stones kicked it up. Haaland control. De Bruyne made the run. 1-0. And you just think to yourself,
end of story.
Wow, just wow. And that's what I love about the City. And it pains me because obviously my team is doing so shit, because this is what Chelsea did to City when that Conte era where we won the league, when we won 3-1, it was effectively Diego Costa holds the ball up, Hazard makes the run, 1-0 Chelsea. William makes the run, 2-0, 2-1, whatever it was.
No one to hold the ball. We've got no one to hold that ball. Jesus, as good as he has been for us, I just feel
he holds
match,
if it comes to feet. I don't feel he does very well if it's in the air. I know at Anfield he scored a header, but that was defensive errors. That was defensive errors and the space they gave him. So I think as fans, Arsenal fans in particular, you don't get carried away about Jesus' aerial power.
No.
He scored there.
I don't think he's got aerial ability to that level. I mean, yeah, you can probably now and again stick a head in there and get a goal in, but no, I wouldn't think that's why they bought him. For his aerial prowess, isn't it?
Definitely not. No.
I think with Arteta and his scheme, he basically just played it so wrong, because he kept asking Jesus to come all the way back to pick up the ball, and if he does that, you're leaving that space open.
Yeah,
because
you played their game, bro, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. And the thing is, this is what frustrates me more than anything. The scoreline, it's a scoreline. It is what it is, right? We could have got beat 4-0 by Southampton, but the problem is that you're facing the current champions of the Premier League, one of the best, if not the best team in European football at the very least right now.
I think world football. I don't think anything from South America or anywhere else is going to compete with this City. We'll see what Madrid do, Let's
see if they make it into the FIFA World Cup for clubs and stuff like that, and then we can discuss them on a world basis. But easily one of the best teams in Europe, some of the best players that you've ever seen. And you're not watching what Guardiola did last time. Okay, he adapted, but are you not capable to adapt? Are you not capable enough to adapt your players to this? After the 10th minute, you just think, right, you're leaving too much space for De Bruyne. Whatever you're doing, you need to move your players away from Haaland and the wings, from Grealish and stuff, because they did nothing. They did nothing.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong, they were there, they were threatening. They can be very threatening if you leave them open, but they were shut down. Ben White did a decent job down that side.
I think it was tactical, though, mate. I think it was by leaving Grealish and Bernardo Silva, you had to keep players wide.
Yeah.
So therefore, then they allow the room down the middle, and it was like Haaland and De Bruyne can take on your two, Gabriel and Holding.
Gabriel, Holding, Partey, Odegaard, Zinchenko.
Well, even with the Odegaard thing, because I felt Saka was very quiet. Martinelli had to drop so far in midfield. I thought he was a CDM.
Yeah.
At some point,
he was a left wing back. Effectively, that's what Martinelli was by the end of the match, or up until I watched it. Anyway, that's what.
When I came in, there was a couple of times he dropped literally centre of the park, and I don't mean from kickoffs because he went 2-0. I literally mean he came up to try and pick the ball up middle of the park, and I was thinking, brother, you're just playing City's game here. There's nothing you're doing here.
Change it.
Says Arsenal.
Put three at the back. Put three midfielders in front if you want. Odegaard playing a bit more of an advanced role with Jacob just behind him, sort of thing. Then you got Zinchenko and Partey there. I don't
even think you needed to play three at the back. You could have just done what City did. Get your CDM to mark the attacker so that to stop Arsenal overloading the wings. Because every time the ball got to Saka, Odegaard likes to go near Saka, so there's two on that side against the left back.
Yeah.
Kanji was on Saka, and then Diaz dropped in as well, while Rodri was on, what's his name, Jesus. So that way, there were moments that they played with 5 at the back. It was genius. Honestly, it was so clever. It was so clever.
It was an absolute
and that's what stopped you, not to the point. You had 2 shots on target. All match, you had 2 shots on target. And obviously one of them was a goal.
The thing is, it's fine to have a tactically better manager that you're facing, but you need to be able to
show something as well, right?
You need to just do something. Like how are you having Saka just I don't even know how to describe his performances in the last few games, and I guarantee you right now, you're going to hear you'll probably hear a lot of Arsenal fans going, "Oh, Saka did all right." He
didn't, bro. Saka didn't do all right.
Do you know what it is? I will fight Arsenal fans about this, right? Because he just didn't do well at all. Like, he dropped his head so many times because he didn't get a pass. Yeah, and it's like, why did you put it in front of me? Bro, you need to fight for these balls. You're not going to be able to take on 3 players.
Kanji and Rodri at least. So quiet.
You can't do it. And this is what frustrates me, Rick. It's not, like I said, forget the scoreline. It was something that everyone kind of knew that was going to happen. If anyone thought any differently, they must have been on some strong crap.
Yeah, some pundits, I don't know whether they were trying to advertise the game, but some of them were like, no, I think Arsenal's going to get something here. Arsenal will do something here.
Yeah,
Arsenal with this, Arsenal with this here. No, some of them were talking about a draw, you walking away with a point, possible wins. And some Arsenal legends were like, we feel like Arsenal can do something. Let's think of what they did on the FA Cup. And I was thinking, like, you lost the FA Cup. What did you do in the FA Cup?
You're delusional Arsenal fans. That's what they are. They're delusional fans.
It's difficult because obviously you've been riding on cloud 9 since September, effectively. And I've said it on here many times. Like, you're sitting pretty at the top, many times. But like you said, this is the ultimate test. Towards the end of the season, the ultimate test against the ultimate team, effectively, who's chasing you, who's hunting you. I don't even want to say chasing, who is literally hunting you down.
Yeah. They could smell us from far away. Yeah, absolutely.
It's experience as well, though. You've got young players. These guys have not had this kind of pressure before. The only time they had pressure was to make top 4 last year.
Yeah,
and the top 4, obviously, you folded last year. Yeah,
folded like a cheap suit.
But
cheap
maybe.
It's like this is
bro. You've lost me on the cheap suit.
This is why like I try to be as realistic as possible when it comes to assessing the way that we play and stuff. After that Liverpool game, I obviously, as you know, I said that the title is pretty much gone now. I gave you the Seagull example.
Yeah.
And do you know what? I've been right. Unfortunately, I've been right.
You don't want to be right, but yeah.
I don't want to fall into the category of delusional fans of a fan base, because what's the point? Then
I gave you some stick after that game. I gave you some stick after that game in the sense of, the title's gone and stuff. But realistically speaking, Liverpool were fantastic for 60 minutes, and you're at Anfield.
Brilliant.
And I was talking to a couple of Arsenal fans at work, and some of older Arsenal fans, like older gentlemen, they're like, we only lost because Xhaka did that chat. It's had nothing to do with Xhaka. It's got nothing to do with Xhaka. Do not blame Xhaka for that at all. Yeah, exactly.
Open your eyes.
Make your own thoughts. Yeah. You know what I mean? Don't just be.
I agree.
Don't get told what to think. Like, have a thought. Have a think. Like, sit down, observe, analyze.
You're not the gentleman. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, don't just get. But against Liverpool, it could have happened to anyone. 2-2 was not a bad result at Anfield. You would have took that. Do you know what I mean?
I agree.
But the one that really let you down is the 2 after. You really should have gone to West Ham and won 2-0, 2-1. You should have walked away with those 3 points. Regardless of how you win, you just had to win 3 something. You had to win the 3 points.
Yeah.
And against Southampton, I have no idea what happened, because you had 2 draws, your opportunity to kind of cement a bit of confidence into your fans, into your team, that normal service will resume once we get to the Emirates. And like, fuck me, bro. Like, you were 3-1 down. You were lucky to get a point. I'll be honest with you. You were lucky to get a point.
No, we were. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't walk away from watching those matches and then go into a City match expecting for us to get anything differently. This is what I'm talking about. This is the realism that I have. Like, it's not over till it's over. Okay, Bill, that's fine. Officially, I get what you're saying. But can we just stop pretending that it's not over, please? Can we stop shutting our eyes? Open your eyes, mate. The roller coaster's still going.
What's the tip? Oh, shit. They've got 2 games in hand and 2 points behind.
That's what I'm saying. So
shit. I thought there was like 1 game in hand.
No, it's 2 games in hand. And look, I'm not even. I've already taken my bets off the table. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just don't think it's going to happen, and that's just me being realistic rather than pessimistic. Because
it's 5 games left for you, isn't it? 5 games, 38.
It doesn't matter.
Left.
3 of those games are against Chelsea, Brighton, and Newcastle. So it's as much as you're going to look. As
Newcastle, I'll be honest with you. Like, sorry to interrupt you, Paul, but Chelsea, the way Chelsea are going, like, we've lost every single fucking game. Like, I'm grilling you, right? But my team have been fucking awful, and I'm swearing to emphasize how bad my team have been.
Yeah. And Rick doesn't usually swear.
Awful, like literally awful. No, disgustingly awful. That we lost 2-0 to Brentford at home, and I'll touch it. We'll come back to it. We'll come back to it because I'll touch on it. Yeah,
but sorry, my point.
We keep a bit of structure on this podcast. We have some structure. Yeah.
No, my point with Chelsea was that I know obviously you're going to say that they haven't been performing well, but that's all I'm saying is that I've seen this Arsenal. I've seen this side of this team. I've seen this character of the team where, they will give up points to teams that haven't been performing well because I don't know whether it's just underestimating the team or tactically the other team just, it turns out it's like, you know what? We know how to play against Arsenal. Maybe we're too predictable. And that's my problem. That's the issue that we're having right now. It's the predictability of it. And Pep Guardiola, like, he knew exactly what Arteta was going to do, and that's exactly what Arteta did. He literally
literally read him like a book.
Yeah, he just stepped into his hands and he was like, "All right, bro, this is mine now. It's done." I think that's what he was saying to him when they hugged just before the match. He hugged him and he was like, "Yeah, this is mine. Yeah, you know that, right? You know that, yeah? That's good. Yeah. This is mine."
Yeah. What I loved by Guardiola as well, like a couple of weeks ago, he came out and he was talking about how Kyle Walker's finished. He can't play into this system. He can't do this. He can't do that. And then Kyle Walker had one of the best games I've ever seen him play for Man City.
Did you see him chase down Martinelli, by the way?
Mate, incredible. Martinelli chased down Saka on the left-hand side when there was a moment to break. Incredible. And that's Guardiola using his pace. Yeah. Making sure that he's got somebody there. Because if, what's his name? The dreadlock guy from Holland who they bought from Bournemouth. I forgot his name now. Ake. Yeah, if Ake had played it, it'd have been a different story. Saka may have had him. Ifs and buts.
Maybe.
But Akanji's taller, quicker, more powerful. And Kyle Walker, obviously we know Kyle Walker's known for his speed and pace.
But this is what I'm saying though, Rick. Like, at the back, they've got strong players, like very physically strong players, tall players. At the front, they've got exactly the same. In midfield, they may be a little bit shorter, but they're strong players. We don't have that.
But I suppose in midfield, you don't need though, do you, bro? Like midfield, you need ball players. You don't need headers. You don't need people to win headers. Rodri, because he's a CDM, but I'm thinking of like Bernardo Silva, like the 4 in front behind Haaland, are very much kind of like the feeders into Haaland. Let Haaland win the headers, we will run on. Yeah. I hear what you're saying. No, exactly.
Technically, those players are very, very good. So you don't really, they can supplement the strength side of it. They're like, all right, okay, I can move the ball. I'm confident with it. But we don't have that apart from Partey. And sometimes Partey, I've noticed that he's not even going into challenges 100% or
I think it's the end of the season. I think he's thinking of his holidays.
Yeah, but that's all well and good, but it's not the time. And again, for me, this title is gone, and I will always put the blame on January. It's January's fault. Like, how are you going into January wasting so much time for a player like Mudryk, for a player like Caicedo, when you knew as a team, as a squad, what the other team wanted? You knew you're not prepared to spend that, but you still wasted so much time. And then you bring in Jorginho, which is fair enough. Like I said, I've said
this is like chasing that girl at the bar, isn't it? This is like the girl at the bar who you keep buying drinks for because you think she might give you their number or something, and all of a sudden you leave before you leave the night. She goes home with a different bloke.
She goes home with Haaland. and this is why I'm just defeated, almost defeated. Like not yet, but next game, if we lose or draw the next game, then I will be 100% defeated. And by the way, that's not me saying that I've got like a hope of winning. That's not even the slightest.
But you're bound to have hope because you're first. But next game is Chelsea at home at 8 o'clock on a Tuesday, 2nd of May, and then Newcastle on the 7th. And
Tuesday, 8 o'clock.
That is tough. And then you got to go to Nottingham Forest away as well. That's not an easy game neither,
I know, but by the time we get to that game, then everything will be over.
When does the season finish? 28th, yeah.
It's 28th,
by the time, because then you're going to play MLS All-Stars on the 19th of July, obviously pre-season.
Yeah, well,
confirmed, but no one cares about that.
No one gives a flying toss about that. But like I said, that's why I'm just so close to being defeated, because it's the little mistakes. Sorry, it's the mistakes that started off small at the beginning of the season, and now they have snowballed to this. Tomiyasu, No Saliba, and by the way, Saliba would have made a hell of a difference because I think City would have changed tactics if Saliba played.
I think, yeah, of course, because he's quick.
That's it. Again, I'm not going to sit here and make excuses like, this player didn't play or holding, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, we know that. But, I mean, just not to even challenge, not even to contest that match. It was just very, very, very disheartening. It really was.
They made you look like a really average team.
Like amateurs.
Like such an average team.
When you look
they
at
made you
players,
look like a mid-table team. They made you look like a Brighton, a Brentford, something like that.
Today, or an Aston Villa or something like that.
Or a Villa, yeah, mid-table team. Like, no disrespect to those teams, but
no, we played today.
You didn't play like you were top of the league from September.
No, hell no. No, we played today like we were Arsenal's, like we were Unai Emery's Arsenal. That's how we played today. Yeah. That's how bad we were today. And again, I'll say it, and I'll go back to January. That's my main issue. Arteta can come out as much as he wants and be like, "Oh, we're in our 3rd year of a 5-year plan." Bro, are you taking the piss out of my life? You are top of the league for the majority of the season. You need to finish the season strongly.
The season. 3 games can't count. 3 games in August cannot count for you guys not to be a majority. You've been top of the league all season.
All season. Barring 1 week. Yeah. Barring 1 week. That's all it was.
That's when City went in front for like on goal difference or something, and they lost a point at Nottingham Forest. Yeah,
and they dropped points. We went back up top, and then we were like, all right,
you played your game in hand and then won 5. You were 5 points ahead, and then you got to 7 points ahead, I believe.
Yeah, we did.
Or 7 or 8? No, 8. 7.
It was 8 points. 8 points.
8 points ahead.
8 points ahead. Yeah. We were 8 points ahead. 8 points ahead, and obviously
bottled it. Question mark.
Yeah, I mean,
don't give me yes or no.
After that performance today, then I can safely say that it has been well and truly packaged up and ready to be bottled. It's ready to be shipped away, bottled wise. You know what I mean? But it's
Can I just apologize to the listeners? Every time I laugh, I have this cough that's been lingering about. But apologies if you had to listen to me cough there.
That's all right.
Listen, I found that funny, bro. I found that hilarious.
But there's nothing good that I can say about that performance that would fill me up with any confidence that we're going to win the rest of the games.
Let me give you some pointers as not a neutral. I wanted City to win, obviously. But like I said to you, because my team is doing so bad, I want all my friendship group to be feeling the same pain that I am feeling. Because when Chelsea do awful, I hope all the teams that my friends support, I hope they lose as well so that they can come down with me. But, let me give you some pointers. There some positives. I felt they were good when Nelson came on, but then I suppose you didn't watch by this point. Nketiah came on. But I think that was because they had nothing to lose. They didn't play with fear. They didn't play with being first in the league on their shoulders and what the game actually meant. They just came on and said, it's 3-0. Like, what the fuck are we going to change? But they actually changed the game. They were more attacking. They were more direct. Reece Nelson had some amazing first touch. Ball got pinged over to him on the right-hand side. Akanji closing him down. That first touch was just like, oh. And then you're like, yeah, keep going, lad. And then I believe that led to the corner, which eventually then led to the goal. But can I just say as well, Jorginho, if you make runs for Jorginho, he will put the ball for you with the right pace. And mate, it was that ball for that he just played over to, what's his name?
I just feel like with Jorginho playing, he gives us something different, and I feel like that game needed a Jorginho control in that midfield.
Yeah,
because we just had no control at all. Partey was doing 3 jobs at once, and it's just not good enough, Rick. It just isn't.
No,
and
it really wasn't.
I like the fact that you want to throw in some positives in there, but just
I hate seeing you like this, bro, because I've been here. Like, I've literally been here since September.
Yeah,
since TT got sacked, I've been here.
Yeah,
because when TT was there, like, we played that Spurs game and we're like, oh yeah, and then obviously
it's been a rough ride. Happened. Sure. It's been a rough ride for sure. But yeah, look, I don't really want to keep going on about Arsenal and just the lack of experience for one. I just feel like we have no strength in our players. I can't see you. You look at the players. You look at Akanji, for example. He's twice the width of Saka. Do you know what I mean? He's twice the width of Saka, and you can't compete with that. One shoulder,
not on aerial balls. Sometimes he's trying to get the ball in the air.
One-on-one. Once Akanji would have put his shoulder on Saka, that's it. Saka slowed down and he's gone flying, and we saw that. And
so should we talk about some of the challenges since we're talking about flying? What was your thoughts on Diaz's little funny kick on? And I use that word carefully as well.
No, you're right.
What's his name? Ben White.
Yeah, I mean,
was it a red for you or no?
God, no. There was nothing that I could say against City, where like to the point where I'd be like, oh, because of what they did here, because of this dangerous tackle, they got this. Nah, they played the game. They played the game.
No, to be fair, I didn't think it was a dangerous tackle at all. I think
it wasn't.
If he got a red card for that, I believe the referee blew the whistle, and Ben White obviously was still trying to get the ball between his legs. Gave him a little kick as well. Nothing on it, a bit handbags. Obviously, Ben White went down trying to get an advantage, which you can understand. But now the referee got that spot on. Yellow card for like a retaliation, but not enough to be like, okay, you've deliberately hurt this player.
No, definitely not. I think it was the retaliation. That's why he got the yellow card, to be fair, Diaz. Which, again, sometimes you think, oh, okay, put some pressure on him now because, he's got a yellow card. Bro. There was nothing. There was no pressure. It was non-existent. And
I literally can't believe how good City were.
Yeah.
And I go back, and I'm not saying this to be hurtful, but they were fantastic. The way Guardiola adapted was amazing. And this leads me to another question. If Arteta is struggling to adapt into games, is this going to be the similar style that he will play next year? Two-part question, because obviously that's a yes or no. And if so, then do you think you can win the league next year, or do you think managers will? Well, I guess 3 parts. Or do you think other managers will adapt?
Let me tell you one thing, right? If Arteta goes into next season, he may have a couple of new players, whatever. But if he keeps playing the same system and cannot change a game, then he just doesn't deserve to be in a managerial job, because, especially not in the Premier League, because I just feel like, well, if you've run out of ideas, mate, in your 3rd season as a manager, I'd hate to see what you'd be like in 5 years' time. Obviously, you're always saying about Klopp's 7th year season. Yeah, but Klopp won shit in between. It took him 7 years, and it's not like he's doing crap. Like, all right, he had a bit of a unfortunate sort of situation with most of his first 11 being injured and out at the beginning of the season, but Liverpool came back. Okay, they're not the same Liverpool as we know them from the last 3 seasons, but they're still a dangerous team. Like, look at what they did against Arsenal. He put Firmino on. Firmino's like in his 30s now, 31, 32. He just came on. He's like, all right, there's the goal. I'll just go and put the ball in there, shall I?
So they're 3 for 3 now as well. With their win at West Ham, they're 3 for 3. So no, I hear what you're saying.
So I think real quick then, with Arteta, if he doesn't know how to change a game and quickly enough, then I'm sorry to say it, but his time is not going to be very long at Arsenal. It's just, it's like putting me and you in there. All right, we'll do well for one day, and then the rest of the bloody season, 38 weeks of the season, we just have no clue. Oh, well, maybe you can play left back, and at the right back we have this guy, and centre mid. What are you talking about? Like, if you're going to use Zinchenko in that role, you don't use Zinchenko in that role against the fucking manager who put him in that fucking role to begin with. What are you trying to do? Oh, let's see what genius Arteta's going to come up with. No, that's actually the genius that Pep Guardiola came up with, but Arteta just used it and utilized it for his own. So,
which worked all right, though. But I suppose against the master, you have to come up with something else.
You have to try something.
I think they threw you off. I really think they threw you off with playing with De Bruyne and the other guy up top.
It's crazy.
His name, Haaland. The other guy. I can't believe I forgot his name.
The other geezer. Just the other geezer. That's all it is.
The L'Oreal advert, mate. He took his hair off. He literally looked like it took his hair off. Took his hairband off. And it looked like he was doing a shampoo advert. And then he thought, I'll go score. But speaking on the 4th goal, by the way, when you watch it back, Phil Foden's touch, incredible. Haaland then obviously got into his left foot and just banked it in.
Last thing on this, on the brighter side, Haaland and De Bruyne, they actually got me some decent points.
I was going to say, when they scored and you were saying like, this title's gone, this and this, I was just thinking, think of your
FPL.
Fantasy League, bro. Think of your Fantasy League.
I think I'm like 15 points ahead right now, or 12 points. Yeah, 15 points ahead.
Yeah, no, you did well. By going with Haaland, I think a lot of the people on the Fantasy League for us, obviously I went Kane, Sonny at the beginning thinking they're going to do me something. They did nothing. Other players that were in the group went with Nunes because they thought he's going to do something.
I think it was De Bruyne. Lost Rick a little bit.
On that one. Can you do?
Sorry, Rick. We just completely lost you there for...
Really? Because I saw you smile while I was talking.
Yeah,
what was the last thing you heard?
I saw you scratching your neck, but that's as far as I got.
I can't remember what I said while I was scratching my neck, bro. I'm not going to lie.
Just lost you for like 10 seconds.
10 seconds?
10 seconds. You just saw you
spitting knowledge for 10 seconds, bro. What do you
never
mean
know.
You lost it? Good, never mind.
That'll be the unreleased version. So
yes, that's it. Yeah, check.
We'll sell that. We'll sell that.
Something else. Yeah, we'll sell those out.
You were saying about the FPL players, obviously.
I was just saying, basically, like I'm sure you would have much rather had Haaland and De Bruyne score you 0 points and your team walk away with 3 points.
Absolutely. I would give the other lad the FPL right now. I would hand it to him if it means
pass it over. That's it.
But it is what it is. I don't really have anything else to say on them, on Arsenal.
There's not much to say now.
I've said everything I have to say in the last 3 games. This is just a cherry on top. And like,
so what are you expecting? Are you expecting a change against Chelsea at home, obviously? Or are you expecting I'm
expecting nothing different.
Oh,
like maybe a Trossard in for a Martinelli, which is crazy because Saka's the one that should be coming off, but he's English, so you can't take Saka off. But for me personally, I would take Saka off, put Trossard on, or take Jesus off and put Trossard on, because it's just not working at all. Try something different. Put Jorginho instead of Xhaka in. Do you know what I mean?
No,
and leave Partey in that role.
Nothing you can do for Chelsea. I feel like I'm really. I've lost you.
Just little things like that he needs to test. He needs to change. Whether he thinks it's going to work or not, he needs to test it, because at the end of the day, he doesn't know that it's going to work, and that's the issue. I don't know if we've lost Rick again or if he's just paused. Yeah, he's frozen yet again. All right, welcome back. Sorry about that. Just network problems, signals, all that kind of stuff. Rick. Right, I don't want to talk about Arsenal anymore.
Done, yeah?
I don't want to talk about Arsenal anymore. Thank you so much for listening to my rants and all that stuff. But we do have to obviously touch on the blue side of London, which another disappointing result, because the performance I felt like wasn't the worst. I've seen Chelsea perform worse, but the result was just not good enough, really.
The thing is, what I found really tricky with this is from the start, from the lineup, I thought, what is he doing? Let me read you the starting lineup, right, for you and the listeners, and you tell me, like, the first thing you think of. Do you think attacking or defensive? Kepa, Fofana, Thiago Silva, Chalobah, Azpilicueta, Enzo, Kante, Kova, Chilwell, Gallagher, Sterling.
Can I just ask though, because I think I'm just intrigued at this point now. What's happened to Badiashile, by the way?
He's on the bench. No, just a bench warmer at the minute. Frank doesn't seem to fancy him. On the bench, he's got Mendy as this, obviously, keeper. Badiashile, Loftus-Cheek, Madueke, who I don't rate at all.
Yeah,
like Sterling, he needs to go. He needs to just leave. I don't even know why he was bought. I don't know who advised Todd Bowley to buy this Noni Madueke. No idea.
Never heard of him.
Mudryk, Pulisic, Ziyech, Aubameyang, João Felix. Now, you lost against Real Madrid playing with this kind of formation, but Real Madrid allowed you to play that way because Real Madrid attacked. Brentford is coming onto your ground. They're going to sit tight. They're going to try and hit you on the counter. So therefore, you need to have more attacking-minded players with a bit more flair who can try and turn a defender, look to make runs in behind. Play Mudryk, play João Felix, play Ziyech. Just do something, bro. Like, the Chelsea fans want to see you try something. Chelsea fans don't want to see you play with 10 defensive-minded midfielders and then one offensive-minded. Chilwell, he's a defender first and foremost. Yeah. I know he can whip the ball in as a left wing back, but whip the ball to who? Raheem Sterling was 3 foot against Janssen and the rest of them. Like, come on, be serious. So therefore, he's going to go to feet, right? But if you're going to go to feet, surely play João Felix, who's got an incredible first touch. Play Mudryk and tell João Felix, look for Mudryk. Mudryk, I just want you to run behind. Do nothing, just run. I don't want you to do anything else. Just I want you to run behind as fast as you can, get into space.
Which, to be fair,
he did play as well.
He did when he was playing. I saw him run behind.
He did. Honestly, he tries every game. He tries to get in behind. Then he doesn't get the ball, and you understand. Then you're going to become disheartened. So then you come and look for the ball, and then you think to yourself, no, because now we've got all of our players in our own half, and the goal is that way.
Yeah. It's another 50 yards the other way.
It's Lamps, man. It's Lamps. It's the team. I don't know what he's doing. I know he's saying since we've come here. But listen, it's been 5 games, bro. Like, we're not seeing an improvement. Alternatively, as much as these players are professionals and they really need to be held accountable, it looks like they're just not trying. They were doing better for Graham Potter. It looked like they were giving a bit more of an effort for Potter. Maybe they're a bit salty why Potter left. Maybe there's something going on. Also, there's a lot of trouble behind the doors, I feel, as well, because Frank got asked about... excuse me, I moved away from the mic there. Frank got asked about Thiago Silva's comment, and all he replied was, those are Thiago's comments, and left it at that. Because Thiago Silva said, we had to extend the changing rooms. Too many players. We've made the wrong steps, but the steps have been made. Let's learn. Let's this. There is no lie. Everything that he said is correct.
Yeah, there's no lie. Like, that's what I'm saying with Lampard. He's been brought in because he's the Chelsea man who can sort of trying to establish some order. But I said to you, he's not going to establish any order because who's going to respect him?
He's been the yes man. I was hoping he was going to come in and kind of be like, you know what? Okay, this is what we're going to do. A bit like we played at when we first had him, trying to play with a bit more attacking-minded players, but every game he has played, he feels like as if he can't lose. He should play without losing, trying to defend. And that defending is really fucking us over because listen, Brentford made their own luck. They scored an own goal, and the second goal was a deflection of Thiago Silva's heel that lifted it above Kepa. Otherwise, Kepa was going to save. That would have been an easy save near post. But nobody's going to remember that unless you watch the match. Everybody's going to walk away with 2-0. Chelsea have been 5 for 5 L's. 100% record on losses for Frank Lampard. Unheard of.
Well, unless your name is Graham Potter, then you could share that. But then again,
I think even Potter would have had a draw in between.
He did.
He had a couple of draws. I don't think he went 5 for losses straight like that. And
no. This is the thing is right now. It's completely rock bottom right now for Chelsea. I mean, Potter was one thing, but for Frank to come in and lose 5 games on the bounce and get kicked out of the Champions League, I'm sorry, but that is just.
Because that's the thing, we can sit here and talk about the Champions League as much as we like. I'm oh yeah, but we really played well the second time.
No.
Against, that's what doesn't count. What counts is making it to the next round.
What a trophy, right?
That's it. This is Tottenham mentality right now.
Yeah.
We came second, or we came this, or we came that. We made it into a final. No, bro. What are you talking about? We're 11th in the league. We are literally 6 points behind Fulham in 10th. 6 points behind 10th.
6 points. That's 2 games.
And we had 2 points ahead of Crystal Palace in 12th. What?
It's 6 points, but like you said, 6 points. That's right now for Chelsea. You can't even buy points right now.
We have been fucked from the ownership down. I know Todd, obviously, he invested his money, and we appreciate you, pal, keeping the checkbook. But whoever's been saying to you buy certain players has been a lie. You know what I mean? Okay, you wanted Mudryk, like I mentioned last episode as well, because he has potential. He's quick. He's got a bit of flair. He's got a good touch, so on. But I go back to Nuni Madueke. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah,
Paddy Sheila, great. Okay, fantastic. Cucurella, why?
Why Cucurella? That's another big question. I'll be honest.
60 million for Cucurella. Now, we have to possibly sell players because to make financial fair play, because he's been spending so much. We've got no Champions League money coming in for next year. So therefore, then players will have to leave. Equally, when you bring so many players in and you give them ridiculous contracts 8 years, okay, you gave it to Wenzel and you gave it to Mudryk because they're your biggest signing and you're expecting them to come good. That's fine, okay? But then be prepared for Mason Mount to say, well, I want 300 grand.
Yeah.
I'm a Champions League winner.
Yeah. And proven,
I want 300 grand. And proven in the Premier League. And I'm an English, what's it called? International player, regular international player. I get picked for England and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
I want 300 grand a week. If Mudryk is getting it coming from Shakhtar Donetsk playing in the Ukrainian league who make it now and again into the Champions League.
Less than 50 games in his career.
Exactly.
What he had.
And he's on I don't know how much he's on, but let's say he's on 300. Mason deserves 250, 280, easy if he's on 300. When you compare the two.
Yeah.
Okay, but then when you compare to a Haaland and a Salah, then if they're on that money, then you think, no, you're not there yet. But you see, that's not the comparison.
That's not what he's making it. Yeah, that's not what he's making
to the guy next to him in the changing rooms. So
the guy who's taking his potential.
There's a lot of
taking his spot. Look, the thing is, as much as obviously we'd like to spend half an episode talking about Chelsea, there's nothing new that we can discuss here. It's the same issues with a different manager, and this is the problem now. Because
now you're going to look elsewhere, right?
You have to. Where's the problem now? Where's the leak coming from? We've tried this. That's not it. Where's the actual problem coming from? And it has to be from one place, from the top. And I said to you last pod, I said what Chelsea need right now, they need a sporting director / a footballing director. That's who they need in a role, who could sit down with Todd and be like, do you know what, Todd? I appreciate your checkbook. Nice one, mate. Thank you. But these are just definitely not the players that you want. These are the players that you want. We've got our scouts watching these players. I don't know where you got these guys from, because we had no scouts there, but our scouts are over here, and you just, I don't know what happened in the way. So I think
this reminds me like a FIFA, when you play in FIFA and you send your scout somewhere, and then he comes back to you and says, I found 6 players with potential and can get up to 88 rated. I feel Todd's gone we'll take all 6.
All 6 of them. Oh, but wait, should we know?
Relax.
Give 3 weeks at least, just to see how they progress in their training? No.
Can we watch a bit more? Can we do a bit of this? Yeah. But no, it's the wrong mentality to run a European football club.
I mean,
I mentioned last time, trying to go into. Well, you don't know in America. In America, they're trying to do anything. And obviously, he owns, I think it's what does he own? Baseball or the NFL team? I think it's baseball team that he owns.
The Dodgers.
And they
LA
do
Dodgers.
that. Yeah, the Dodgers. That's it, LA Dodgers. Thank you. And they do that in the changing rooms. The reporters are allowed to come into the changing rooms. The players have to speak to the media. The owner can walk about because he owns the team. He owns the ground. He owns everything. But like in football, you don't do that. Like, and for our American listeners, in soccer, you don't do that. You literally let the manager crack on.
In football, you don't do that.
American listeners, bro. Right now,
and in sports, football is the one that you kick with your feet.
One.
It's the sport that you kick with your feet. Yeah. Not the one time you use your foot and then all of a sudden you take a whole sport. Anyway, but no, you're absolutely right though.
And it takes 4 hours to play 1 hour.
Exactly. It's like, come on, mate. He's moved like 3 meters. What are you talking? Like,
and everybody's cheering. Why are you cheering?
Why are you?
It reminds me of this joke of who's the guy who does Family Fortunes in America? Steve Harvey. And he goes, players get down, catch the ball. They run 3 yards and then they go pointing towards the front like, you only ran 3 yards. That's your job. What the hell are you celebrating for?
Exactly.
Like, we understand which way the goal is. Yeah.
Like,
relax yourself.
Beating your chest, and you're thinking, bro, it's 3 lines that you've just moved, and now you have to go back because you missed.
Yeah, because it's a yellow flag
or whatever the hell it is. White flag, whatever the hell it is. But no, you're right, and I don't think if Todd Bowley was ever under the impression that he was going to come to the UK and change football from the historic roots. He's just you are completely in the wrong spot. Look at Ryan Reynolds. Look at Rob McElhenney, by the way.
Well, they hired somebody who knows what they're doing, though, right? Did you know the curly, whatever his name is, the big guy, the curly-haired guy, and the bald guy? I don't know their names. Nobody remembers the little guys.
The tall guy was actually part of a couple of episodes of It's
Always Sunny in Philadelphia. He was part, but I don't know who he is. Yeah. And the other guy obviously has been there for a while, the bald guy. But what I'm trying to say is like they hired people who can do it.
Yeah.
And it's okay to be passionate. We saw this with Todd, and I believe all Chelsea fans were like myself. Oh, he's passionate about Chelsea. This is good. Because obviously when you support the team, you do anything you can to win. But then he's gone and done too much to try and win, which has kind of made us go so far backwards.
He's done it the wrong way. Like you can understand the sentiment. You can understand the sentiment. It's like, all right, cool. He wants to spend money for the club, but you got to spend that money right, mate. Because he was, I think he tried to do what Leeds did back in the early 2000s, where it's like, we're definitely going to make the Champions League next year, so let's just spend. Oh wait, what?
No, that's the thing. Like, it's crazy how he did. Like in January, we brought so many players. And then in the summer, obviously, certain players came in, and certain players are not performing. These are hit and misses, but you can't bring so many because then too many hits really affect you.
Yeah,
because it's like you can take a couple of hits if you find one really outstanding player. You're like, the other two, it's fine. This guy, when we sell this guy, let's say Mudryk, for example, he's fine. We can sell Enzo, turns out to be average. Mudryk will go for 100+ million to Barca, Real Madrid if he turns out to be like Vinicius, Ronaldo. Anyway, hypothetical. But when you have so many bad guys or so many bad apples, Raheem Sterling will cost you 40 million. Let's say 50 because he was 47. Cucurella, who was 60, there's 110 and something else. Bro, like you're not going to be able to sell players at one player of $500 million to kind of make up for the rest. And that's the bit he felt. And there was a red flag, maybe a little bit at the beginning. He's trying to change too much in the sense that he wanted an all-star game, North v South. Who would watch that? And I was like, no, bro, it doesn't work like that. North v South is literally
it's leagues.
It's got to be 3 teams. The Premier League is North v South, half of it as well.
That's what the Premier League. That's why we have an actual league for the country. But
it's just crazy. It's just we're fucked. That's the word I'm going to use, and I'm going to use it carefully. Is we literally are fucked.
I mean, at this point now, obviously the season's written off anyway. So there's no point. There's
you
no
want
point.
Something to cheer for and to give you a bit of hope. Like getting Pochettino in, is it something for Chelsea fans to be happy about?
You should be. You should be really because he's got experience at the elite level.
He does have experience at the elite level,
and younger players.
Yeah, I was going to say that as well,
a lot of the younger players.
He has. What he did to Tottenham that season, obviously with those young players, he did amazing.
But not just that season, for the few seasons,
for the whole time. Before that as well.
Changed things, didn't he? So
and obviously at PSG, he won the league or didn't win the league. I don't think
he won the league. No, I think that's why he got sacked.
But then this is the thing: like he hasn't won anything.
He hasn't. But again,
for Chelsea, like
out of the managers that you've had so far,
trophies, bro.
That's true. Out of the managers that you've had so far, though, he seems to be the closest one who's actually got close to winning something.
There's a rumor as well that, but that's Spurs mentality, close to winning something. Do you know what I mean? It reminds me of that thing of like he hasn't won anything.
No, that's it.
But there's a rumor that apparently Chelsea wanted him before they got Potter. but he just wasn't happy with the way things were getting done or what was expected of him. In other words, he wasn't happy to be a yes man.
That's why Nagelsmann
let's
turned
say
it down.
I believe so as well, yeah. But now apparently the working conditions are going to be different, so therefore he wants to take the job on. But
I mean, he's saying
we'll
it's like, oh, it's going to be different now. Well, okay, sorry, Todd, right? You need to understand that you have to make the situation different, or else you ain't getting anyone in this team. Nagelsmann turned it down. Enrique probably turned it down because he's
probably,
like,
but it's not come out. Yeah,
I'm not dealing with this shit. Like going there and getting told by some idiot who doesn't have any football knowledge. Yeah, some yank telling me how to play football, and this guy's coming from the heart of football in terms of Barcelona and Spain winners. Do you know what I mean? Actual winners. So I think with Bowley, he needs to change the tactics of the way he runs his business, because I'll be honest with you, if Chelsea start like this for the first 3 games of next season,
we're fucked.
You're getting relegated, bro.
Yeah, we are literally fucked if we start like this. The thing is, not even 3 games, if we don't put performances in, I'm hoping, okay, the same Poch is the fair and he'll get it. One thing I was hoping for Enrique because Enrique said, no, I don't play defensive football. I just play attack, and regardless whether we're winning or losing, we're going to try and keep scoring goals. And I like that mentality because you think about it, if the ball is kept that we used to see.
Right, sorry about that. Yet again, it has been just an awful, awful signal tonight. And I think it's just the universe trying to tell us something like, don't support the teams that you do.
Yeah, don't talk about them afterwards as well. Just go and enjoy the time with your family.
Your own life on this shit. I've got great hairs because of these bastards. But we were talking about Luis Enrique, and obviously, the fact that he wants to attacking football rather than defensive, just wants to score.
Yeah. Well, I think we've got the players, haven't we? Think about it. The amount of attacking players we have we've got enough players to defend as well.
Maybe not a goal scorer,
Fofana. Yeah, but we're hoping maybe Lukaku's coming back, that Nguku's coming in. But even that Nguku's not a centre forward. He's more like a left or right winger.
Yeah.
Like a Raheem or Pulisic, who can play in the centre, exactly. But, Havertz can do that bit if he has players around him.
Yes.
If he has support. And that's why I want Luis Enrique. I want someone to come in and just say, do you know what, we're going to play attacking football because of the players that I have. Don't be afraid to go to City. If you get beat 3-0, 4-0, learn from it why you got beat 3-0, 4-0.
Learning. That's it.
Because that's it. Like, no Chelsea fan is going to be there and be like, oh, we got slapped 4-0. If you're having a go, I'm sure tonight, if you had a go, you'd be like, yeah, okay, we went and tried. Some people would be like, oh, Arteta was naive, Arteta was this. If you sat back, you got beat 4-1. If you had a go, you might get beat 3-0. Do you know what I mean? But at least you can learn from how to break City defence down. Because let's face it, City is the best team in the league and they have been for a very long time. Possibly on par with Liverpool. That season, Liverpool won it because they were fantastic. But we need an attacking-minded manager, and what we need is Todd Bowley to stay away from the dressing room. Don't even stick to the boardroom.
Agreed.
Stick to the office. Do not get anywhere near these players.
Agreed on that one, and I think most Chelsea fans will definitely have you back on that.
They booed, bro. They booed. They left. 80th minute, 2-0. They left. Stamford Bridge was empty, as if there was a fire in there.
Yeah.
And the fire was Brentford cooking up a storm.
There you go. Tony doing his thing. But
felt like the government sent all the Chelsea fans an alert saying, like, yeah, there's a fire nearby. Evacuate. Yeah.
Only Chelsea fans leave now.
Only Chelsea fans.
Yeah, again, it's just I'm exhausted at this point now because we've just said so many things that feels like we've repeated ourselves for both teams, really, especially in the recent few weeks. But in terms of Chelsea, we know what needs to be done, and we're just at this point now. It's just literally waiting for the next season. If you get a few wins from now until the end of this season, perfect. That's something different that we can talk about. Or you can bask in. It's like, oh yeah, we won a few games. Yay.
Yeah, right. And then start buzzing again. Be like, oh my God, we're amazing. Yeah.
Keep Frank, sign him again.
The thing is, keep Frank it's gonna have to be a done deal for Frank. Like it's out of it. Same as Potter, out of his depth.
Yeah, absolutely. And you
out
can't.
Of his depth, and he just can't.
I don't think anyone can disagree with that. Even hardcore English fans cannot disagree with that because he has been awful. And I always go back to the fact that he's been sacked twice from Premier League teams.
That's it. That's it.
Like, you know what I mean? Unless he was a relegation specialist. And then he gets beat, after keeping the team in.
If he was a Sam Allardyce, I get that.
If he was an Allardyce, that's fine. But he's not. He's got nothing going for him. All he's going is that meme, the serious meme, where he's laughing. It's like,
laughing and then turns serious and goes, no, actually, I could get sacked.
Seriously, my job is on the line about this, so we need to be careful.
I love that. I love those memes, but I hate it when they're when he's playing for my team and we see those, or managing my team. He needs to go back to the drawing board, because I don't think he'll get another job very soon after this. He needs to literally go back, or look to go abroad somewhere, or do a bit of self-reflecting, a bit of self-learning, and find out where he went wrong.
Go Wrexham. Manage them.
No, but I don't even think Wrexham want him.
They don't, because their actual manager has got major experience in the leagues. So I think he's going to do a lot.
Their manager beat Chelsea with Blackpool. Back in the day, Mourinho's Chelsea beat Chelsea in the FA Cup. Tony Adams played, not Tony Adams, what's his name? Adam something, left-footed player, then went to Liverpool. Oh, I forgot his name, but yeah, Blackpool beat Chelsea 1-0 2-1, 1-0 in the FA Cup at Stamford Bridge.
Wow, there you go.
He was the manager.
So he knows what he's doing. It's clearly better than Frank.
He knows what he's doing. He knows clearly better than Frank.
So,
but with Frank, what I feel for it as well is they brought him in, like I said, he's been brought in to keep the fans happy and fans quiet. But you've got to think listen, the fans are going to want who they want. We're fans. We're going to be like, bring Guardiola, pay him $5 million a week and just bring Guardiola, bring this, do this, so on and so on. But you need to sit there and be like, okay, we're going to bring Frank to keep the fans happy. Hold on a minute. What if he loses every game? Are the fans going to be happy to see Frank on the dugout, or will they be more happy to see the team win?
Yeah.
Because I know we're trying to buy time to get the right decision and make sure we get the right manager in. But why don't we just do what we can to get the manager in now and allow him to work with the team and say, do you know what? This is just trying to win some games, bring a bit of feel-good factor into the club. Look, see what we can do next season. You have full control. Give him full control, the manager. Say, you send on loan who you need to send. Yeah, that's it. Manager, bro. Bring him in. Do have full control like Sir Alex, like Jose Mourinho. Like, even if Jose Mourinho comes, honestly, I'll be happy, because he'll steady the ship a little bit and possibly get a couple of W's under the belt. He'll demand play awful football, but he'll demand from the players.
From the board as well, not just from the players.
From the players. Like today, I was looking at Kovacic and he was having the ball at his feet. And the defender was on his shoulder, ready to tackle him. And I was like, right, just get rid of it now. Right, just get rid. And then he lost it. And I was thinking, like, bro, like, why are you holding on to it? And one thing I liked about Mudryk today is every time he got the ball, he looked to go forward. There were players behind him. This is reminding me of like an unorganized school game when you play at school football. Yeah. Everybody shouted, yeah. Nobody in a decent position, just noise. Just people when they touch the ball because they think it's, if I don't touch the ball, like, I didn't play football. No, bro, like, run forward, gain the position. Mudryk just kept it, ignored the noise, and I love the fact that he just looked at it. He was looking to see if Aubameyang's making a movement, look if Sterling's making a movement, and look to whip the ball in the box. Whereas Enzo, Kovac, Chilwell, flipping.
There's too many
behind. They're all behind, expecting the ball. For what?
There's too many mouths to feed at Chelsea right now. That's why all the players want a touch of the ball, because they know it's like, oh shit, we've got 150 of these guys, so I may not make it next week.
That's literally it. It's literally
the touches.
It reminded me of same again, by the way. Sorry to interrupt you very quickly. I don't know if you saw it when Rodri had the ball in the middle of the park. Nobody was pressuring him to make a pass, so he just kept hold of it till a better movement from his players in front.
I'm sure he put his foot over the ball as well.
Just go sideways. Let me just go sideways. Let me just go sideways. Like, you don't need to just go sideways. Like, keep the ball moving. I understand. Make the ball do the work, but you might as well go kick it against the wall. Fuck off back in the change rooms, kick the ball to the wall and get it back. That's literally all they're doing, left and right.
Yeah, there's no one forward thinking, and that's the issue. That's the issue.
Honestly, like, it's just so disheartening to see this team. And you think of the talent, you think on paper, João Felix, you think baller. You think Kai Havertz, baller. Mudryk, obviously, he's got potential. Enzo's been fantastic. You think of Thiago Silva, Fofana, Barry Sheila. Listen to the list that I'm reading out, and even in my own head, I hear it out loud as I'm saying, and I'm thinking, like, how is this team so poor?
Apart from Fofana, I mean, get Fofana out of that conversation because he hasn't been that great.
Wesley Fofana. No, he's been good for Chelsea, man. He's been good because we've had some defenders. We've had Koulibaly in there. We've had Cucurella in that centre back. So,
when you compare it to them two, fair do say, I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
But he had a bad injury. Then he came back and fasted for a month, and then now he's trying to play. But now the team is shocking.
Yeah, you can't.
We are not a team. No, we are individual players coming together to play an 11-a-side pitch. You see, this reminds me of think of that when you used to play goals, advertising for goals here, but and then you finish playing with your friends.
Other venues are available.
Other venues are available, absolutely. But you finish playing with your boys, and then all of a sudden somebody comes in, is like, 2 spaces free. You don't have to pay. Do you want to come together and just have a game? And you turn up and have a game. Come on, you're like, Yeah, I don't know any of these guys.
I don't know any of these guys, but I still want to play football.
Yeah, I want to play footy so bad. I don't know who the hell these guys are. I'm having a free game of footy.
That's a good one. I like that
That's
analogy.
Literally Chelsea.
I like that analogy. I like that. That's pretty good. I mean, look, I think we've been disheartened enough this podcast.
I think we need to sleep. Yeah.
Real quick before we do leave, I just want to say, I mean, so do you have anything else that you want to add?
I just hope Man United lose tomorrow.
Yes.
I've got nothing to add on Chelsea. I just hope United lose, and I know that means Spurs winning. But like I said to you at the beginning of the pod, I've got so many friends who are like my new Arsenal and Liverpool fans, and because my team's doing shit, I find little victories when my friends' teams lose.
Can we make it where they both lose? Where I mean, like,
hopefully
it's a draw, but they both lose an important player. Like Harry Kane gets injured, his kneecap falls off or something, and then Marcus Rashford or Bruno Fernandes get injured as well. That's a loss for me.
I've got a feeling Bruno's going to get a red card tomorrow.
Oh yeah, but I'm surprised he hasn't got a red card. He didn't get a red card over the weekend.
I think Romero will get a red card and Bruno will get a red card.
Love it.
Especially Romero. Romero will get sent off. Romero's a fucking idiot, bro. Like he's just.
You mean the World Cup winner? Is that
that guy, just like so impatient and such a hothead. You just don't need to show that level of aggression on the pitch. Like, relax.
I think he's losing them games. To be fair, him and Lloris together are like working in tandem.
Something's happening.
But look, obviously tonight's podcast was a little bit unexpected because we wanted to jump straight on after the matches, our raw feelings, which I think people have got, and. Before we do leave, there is obviously Formula One coming up this weekend.
Yes.
We've got a slight change to the weekend format, which this is the only thing I wanted to discuss because we'll come back on Sunday as well. That on Friday, they've got one practice session on Friday, and then they've got qualifiers.
All right, yeah.
So the qualifying goes towards the sprint race on Saturday. Okay. Right. But whoever wins the sprint race doesn't determine the race at the end.
Come first?
So the Friday qualifications will actually be for the Sunday race. You get me?
Right. So what's the sprint race for? Just a couple of points or nothing? Just a sprint race. Let's have another race.
They can get an extra 8 points. So obviously, if you win, you get an extra 8 points.
Yeah.
So that's what they're doing on Saturday. Yeah. So on Saturday they've got FP2, then they've got the sprint race, and then on Sunday they've got the full race.
I think that's good. I think that's really good. I hope they do that to every race because obviously you want to see a little mini race to a huge race as well. So
and it's a street.
How many laps is there? How many laps is it? Like the sprint race.
It's half. So 52 for the full race. So it'll be about 26, 24.
Wow. So still about an hour of racing more or less.
But it usually works out to about like half hour, 45 minutes. Yeah. No red flags, no yellow flags, all that type of shit. Yeah. But it is Baku. It is a street track. Everything's so close together. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. But yeah, we'll be back. Obviously, we'll be back on Sunday. We'll discuss the weekend's action and the Formula One action as well because I'm glad that it's back. But Rick, I think we should leave it there for now. We'll get the podcast out for people to listen to tomorrow. And
a wounded podcast. That's the title of the podcast. It's a wounded podcast. Wounded hosts. It's just been a wounded night, bro. Like I'm telling you. My team was shy, bro. My team was shocking. My team was shocking.
How do I spell out?
Can I just show you what this is? I've just got one last thing to say before I start talking. There's a Brentford fan doing this to Chelsea fans.
Although, because you've
the whole crying emoji.
Yeah.
The fucking ginger prick.
That's no offense to any other gingers out there.
No offense to redheads. It was just that one individual.
Like you, yeah. Some of you're all right.
And the reason I had to mention his hair color was simply to talk about if you ever see the image, so you can locate the individual.
Yes.
It's a descriptive more than an offensive.
Love it.
It wasn't a derogatory. It was more descriptive.
Descriptive, not derogatory. I like it. I think I don't know what the name of the podcast should be now. Like
all of it.
How do I spell? All right. Yeah, how do we spell those? But all right, look, thank you so much for listening. We will catch you on the next one. Until then, stay safe, stay alert.